just wanted to get a sense of when you, I know you talk about leadership lessons in your book, but how did it feel when you went through your worst time? What kept you going? Who were you inspired by?
So I think a lot, in my opinion, depends on the inner motivation one has, because each of us goes through setbacks, and each one has moments where you feel let down, you feel, oh, what next? I can't handle it.
Tell me about one time that happened.
Multiple times it may have happened, but I'll come to, and then I'll try and give you an example. So I think it's a combination of passion combined with determination and perseverance. And the key word which is relevant in this, for this subject is grit, So you need to bounce back. There will always be setbacks, but each setback will have a learning. And each learning can be applied to the subsequent part of your journey. And if you realize that mindset that it's okay to fail, and one should not have a fear of failure, then you accept it as a part of your journey, rather than getting, as long as it is not completely shattering in terms of destroying your business. And I didn't really go through those kind of moments where I felt completely like I didn't have anything in hand. To some extent, it's also, one can do it through deliberated kind of a risk taking. So if I have to take a risk which may expose me to a very, very big risk in terms of losing my business, I can experiment and prototype it on a small scale. And that's what we always advocate, that you experiment more and more. To some extent, de-risk by prototyping it on a small scale. And once that prototype is successful, you can scale it up. And that prototype also is like a learning opportunity. And also it's like a live market research, especially in a consumer-facing business where it is very difficult to predict what will be the reaction of the consumer to a brand name or to a product or to the pricing or to the packaging.
I also would love to get insight about your inner life.
Yes.
Your personal.
Some big illness or something which I have been, health issue or some loss of somebody who has been very close to me. I mean, I lost my parents, but they died at the age of 80, so one was prepared. So nothing happened out of, shall I say, it was not a shock event at my personal life. I went through a lot of, I would say, tension, you may call it some frustrations while being in the business when it was a joint family business. So those were the moments one can say it is personal, one can say it is official.
Was there anything, a lot of people say, I reached out to my God and sort of took my strength from there, or everybody has their own way of saying it.
Yeah.
Did you find inspiration or strength from any source?
So most of my inspirations have come from reading, so I was more of an introvert. So read and so reading gives you learnings, and I didn't have a guru.
No.
Now I interact with somebody I can't call him my guru, but I think I interact with him on some personal issues and all that, because every person goes through stresses. There is not a single person in this world who has that stress, and it's okay to go through stress, but how do you manage that stress? How do you cope up, and how do you learn from that stress is more important than the stress itself. So if somebody has, maybe I tried, I couldn't find somebody.
So in other words, what I'm hearing,
talking to people, and not just one person, but
lots of people.
I've talked to a lot of people.
So sort of
take whatever, like a sponge, whatever is relevant for me, you have to absorb. My key task is to identify what is relevant for me, because you may get 10 different types of advice, but I should know which is the advice which appeals to me, which is relevant for my journey.
And so what gives you the greatest joy? It could be playing with your grandchild, or it could be walking on the beach, or a new venture? I don't know. What gives you great joy today?
So I think I'm at a stage today where when you are young, you build a business and you get recognized and you get wealth and all that. But beyond a point, I think then you start asking, what next? So at some stage when I stepped down from the role of managing director, that gave me a great opportunity to do newer things which I have never done before because I had a lot of time. And I am not the kind of person who can just sit at home and do nothing. I have to be occupied. So I have to find how can I leverage my strengths. And ultimately, it's a question of leveraging one's strengths. I can do something, but if I am not good at it, I will not succeed. I will not like it also. So I think the key thing is to identify what are your strengths and how do you leverage your strengths in doing something which makes a difference for you.
So the question what you're saying is, what would you do? What would you do which is valuable to the world, perhaps?
Yes.
I'm asking, what does give you joy?
So now I'm coming to that. So I was just leading to that. So basically, I identified what is relevant for me and how can I spend my time in giving something back. Because those business challenges and all were of the past. Beyond a point, then it doesn't. It still excites, but I want to do something new.
Correct.
So after identifying your strengths and say, can I give something back to the society? And my philosophy has been what we call active giving, not just giving donation to a body like a school or a hospital, but to actually identify certain causes which I'm passionate about, where I can spend time. So it's just not financial giving, but financial plus personal time and effort given. And then be a thought leader in that area. So I always have liked pioneering newer things.
So that gives you great joy.
Pioneering and reaching a stage where you are respected for what you're doing and playing a catalytic role by active giving. So it's just so catalyzed in terms of if I can help 900 entrepreneurs who are associated with Ascent, cumulative turnover of 83,000 crores, in whatever way I can help them, to that extent they will benefit. And if they benefit, the country will benefit. So I like playing that role of making a difference to others.
I got that. So when you're at
I'm
home,
spending a lot of time on that. Plus, I enjoy spending a lot of my time with my grandchildren. But now they shifted to Dubai, my son and his family. So to that extent, I don't